I like it better
We're
over
live.
here. I like it better here. And you said what?
We're live.
I said I like it better over here.
I said we're live. Oh, I said I'll bet you do. Just one thumbs up. Sweet.
I thought Brian Stern was there.
He was a while ago.
He put a thumbs up and then left. You're a what do you say? You're a
Reminder.
you're a reminder.
Thumbs up.
Hi.
Thank you.
I can't remember. Can I just call you Omega?
Can you remind us, Omega Royal?
I'll try to remember this time. There were too many people
We
last
try
time.
really hard. It's tough to remember everybody.
I'm pretty
First
good once
name.
I commit it to memory. If you will tell me Omega Royal. If you will tell us.
Sure.
Your name is Sure?
Not sure.
Not sure. That's from a movie, Idiocracy. Oh,
That does Homestead.
2 for 2.
That's
Hi, Moses.
That's Moses
And Polly.
and Polly. Hey guys. Good to have you on.
I hope you guys are feeling better.
They don't get on every time, so
Oh, that's right.
because their internet situation
Oh,
isn't
great.
the greatest.
I got a hair. My hair is bugging me. It was actually cold last night. Let's talk about the weather.
It was. We got chilly yesterday. We didn't use
66.
any air all day. I mean, we were actually chilly at one point. Moses. Oh, that's right. Moses is or was. I don't know. I don't know if he's better now, but
He must be better, or he wouldn't be on here.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think. If I was sick, I wouldn't. Well, that's just me. But so, do you see like something like what is it?
I hear
I feel like
things outside.
I heard some things.
There's not a vehicle outside, is there?
There's a lot of activity.
Hey, Melissa.
Hi, Melissa.
There's a lot of activity. There's no activity, but
What is
sometimes you
on
hear
my-
something outside. Oh my gosh.
What?
You.
I got some hair on, like there's hair.
Our internet is
stuck on my
spotty, but
face.
we were getting just okay. Yeah, I knew your internet wasn't the greatest, so I know you have a hard time getting onto stuff like this.
It's really green outside.
Super green.
Super green.
I'm sure people around here are experiencing that, and
Should I turn the
but
light
no,
on?
I don't know. What do you
It
think?
seems like we end up dark before.
We will.
I was watching a video about
We are on the mend.
doing
That's good.
lives. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that.
Good to hear it.
We have some friends that were sick too.
Yep. In Tucson.
Mhm. They shall rename
Rename
mainless.
mainless. They will rename mainless.
Mainless. I don't know if they probably don't care.
Hey,
Hi,
Tom. Hi, Tom.
Oh, hi, Tom. His dad's named
Tom
Tom
is
too.
in New Jersey, right? New Jersey.
I don't know why, but everything has been blooming around here. Well, I know why. Because
I think
it's
a good
raining
reason.
a lot. Everything's green. Everything's blooming. It's like springtime in
How's
July.
your allergies?
They're not bad. But Melissa told me hers were really bad.
Yeah, I'll bet
And,
it's going to be a bad year for people, I imagine.
But usually it's just April and September. But,
Well, September is next month.
oh, that's right.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, Bill.
Feeling it
Yvonne.
on?
Yeah, that we were just talking about how everything's blooming, and yeah, September's
Crazy
coming,
green.
so it's gonna happen. It's happening early.
So not only green, but all those, well, that also brings flies.
Oh my gosh,
We
the
have a
flies!
lot of flies. A few mosquitoes, but not noticeably bad. But those, what are those little caterpillars? Oh, it's just a caterpillar, right? Is there a
Yeah.
special name for that thing?
I heard today that it's a tomato thing, a horn.
These kind of
orange
green.
tomato
They're mostly green, and they have like some yellow on them. But I mean, they get pretty big, and they are just everywhere.
Oh, that's what Have you guys?
Oh, are they eating?
Yvonne, have you seen those over at your place?
Are they bad for your garden?
I've seen them everywhere. Yeah, they're bad on tomatoes.
Oh,
I heard.
I didn't think about that.
Brainstorm Acres. Henry and Irene were saying that picture, and
here they're largely just on grass, or whatever. But they turned into a moth that looks like a hummingbird. Whoa!
Oh wow!
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Mom.
It is super green here. Says Moses up north.
Oh yeah.
Are you guys getting a bunch of rain too, Moses? Or more than the normal? I don't know what's normal up there. I imagine it's more than here.
I would say it's about like maybe a little greener than here. I thought they got a little more.
I mean,
rain
they
up
would.
there.
Yeah, they would probably get more rain than us normally.
North? Are they north?
They are.
Wow, I actually got a direction
The
right.
hookworms are bad for the tomatoes, but those yellow caterpillars turn into a giant moth. Okay.
Okay.
Wow. Well, then we're going to have a lot of giant moths then. Those things are everywhere. It's the kind of thing where if you're not really looking, you can not notice that they're there. But if you stop and look, they're everywhere. So
they kind of blend in, but we saw one crossing
so
the
many
road.
of them.
We saw two caterpillars crossing the road. Why did the caterpillar cross the road? I don't know. He was going to Yvonne's for tomatoes.
To get to the tomato plants, to get to Yvonne's garden.
They were all headed that way.
No, we've got a ton of them.
Like tons.
I don't do it often, but when I stop and look, I mean, it's crazy how many. It's like stars, if you just kind of glance up at the sky and you see a couple stars or whatever, but then when you really start to look and when your eyes adjust or whatever, you see so much more. When you look for those things, man, there is a ton of them.
Irene was saying, she left a comment on Instagram and said, make sure you squish them all or something. And I said, I can't squish those. I can't do it. I can kill flies. That's it.
The black beetles, yes, I've seen a bunch of those too.
Palo Verde beetles.
Yep.
I can't squish anything.
88 and rain. 88. Pretty warm.
That's pretty warm.
Pretty warm there.
It's cooler here than it is in Jersey.
Is it cooler than 88? Yeah, I guess it probably is. 88 at 9 o'clock at night? Wow.
That's hot. Or that's humid too, I bet.
I assume it's humid.
My dad lives in Durant, Oklahoma, and it's been like 99 there. Oof. And it is so humid there. I meant to call him today.
So, what's new?
Are we starting?
Well, we're a few minutes in.
People are filtering in and out. Where was Brian Stern? I thought Brian Stern was here.
That's funny. Yeah, he was here and now he's gone. Moses, we've been getting more rain than we have gotten in 30 years. Lots of flooding. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, there's a question for everybody. So I know Tucson, and probably us too. I don't know if you looked, but I mean, we've set some records apparently. I think it was July, right? It was July, wettest month on record or something in Tucson, I think. Are there other people that are experiencing the same thing? Are you actually hitting records and things? So obviously, done some gutter work this week. Partially done. I'm not done yet. I keep getting sidetracked on a few things, and the weather has been tough. I gave a little sneak peek in that last video, but I did get some gutters up. Unfortunately, it's a bummer to get them up but not finish them, because then it just kind of funnels it all spots. So that's been a little messy, but millworm beetles working over everything. So another thing I've been doing is just a little bit at a time. I've been working our driveway crossing, our wash crossing.
Oh yeah.
I try not to put a ton of effort into it because it's really just a temporary thing. It only works for a little while until some more rain comes. But if we want to drive in and out, especially with the car,
by the way,
it kind of needs to be worked a little bit. So I've been working on that a little bit.
Thank you to Bill. If that was you with the tractor,
I assume it was
a lot better.
Great job, Bill.
And there were some big rocks in the middle, so we went with the quad and we picked up some of the bigger rocks because when I went across,
they're only an issue for the car. They can actually catch the bottom of the car if they're big enough. Some of them do.
But today it was great.
Big
until
improvement.
I got to Sabin. Sabin wasn't that bad. It's just there's some rough rocks.
But so I've been manually working our wash crossing a little bit. I don't if it's a huge problem, I'll call CJ and ask him to do something. But if it's a little thing, I'll push some sand around and I'll tamp it. I think the tamping is actually the best, kind of what does the best, because what happens to us, it's actually fairly easy to make a little bit of progress down there in the wash because it's so sandy. You can kind of just push it around and level some stuff. But the part that gets difficult is as you drive over it, the ruts you get, because the soft, you just sink into it, especially a big heavy truck. So when you want to drive the car through it, you've got this kind of big bump in the middle and the car just kind of drags. So I've been doing a lot of tamping of the sand. I try and get it when it's a little damp still. So I tamp it, and that's been helping a lot.
Hi, Malin and Tom.
Hey, Malin and Dad. So yeah, I've been doing that. It's a little bit of wasted effort. You know, I know it doesn't last very long, but it does make it possible for the car to go across and a lot nicer for the car to go across.
He was sweating today. He had he looked like a shower was coming off his face.
I think I only spent maybe an hour out there today.
He was so
I mean, I guess it's an hour well spent, but yeah, the next time we get any rain, that will be just wasted. But it's still worth doing. If you want to drive the car out, it's necessary if you want to drive the car out. If you want to drive the truck, you can make it through something a little messy, but
I was thinking maybe because since used cars are high, we should sell the car and we'll just use the truck until car prices go down. Then we buy something like a little used something else.
It is tempting with the way car prices have been, but
I'm worried about our car getting older.
But any car we buy, you know, it's not like we're going to be buying anything new, or even used, we won't spend a lot. So it's crapshoot no matter what. So, you know, we go back and forth about whether we want to get rid of our car. But
does anyone know anything about, I mean, our car is a salvage title. So Brian always thinks, oh, nobody's going to want to buy a salvage title. But we bought a salvage. I've bought a couple of salvage titles.
It's not that there's always a market for an old one. Yes. It is a salvage title, and that doesn't make it worthless. It's just you can't. I mean, I try to, when I sell a car, which I haven't done a ton of, but I try to, you know, look at Blue Book Value and stuff like that. And I'm always trying to find a good rule of thumb for what a salvage title is really worth. That salvage title will kill you if you trade it in a dealership. Okay.
Yeah, we won't go to a dealer.
We won't. But selling it private party, you'll find somebody who will buy it. I agree.
We keep all of the paperwork. We have all of the paperwork from everything we've done for the last.
And also the fact that we've owned it for quite a while, and really it's really only had one issue that I could attribute to the maybe two issues that I could attribute to its wreck. One was it had some air conditioning problems, and we took care of that right away. And they've been fine ever since. But another has been radiator. When we still have a problem with the heater core.
It doesn't have a heater.
So the heater's currently disabled.
But we're not going to be.
That's a car you give to a family member. We've talked about that.
We did talk about that, but
yeah, definitely dealership is out. But
cars. Those those lines are cut. I didn't mean that. I'm just joking,
But we go back and forth about whether to try and move on to something else. But, you know, you'd just be swapping it for another set of potential problems if you buy something sort of cheap, which we probably would. We don't have to go necessarily bare bones cheap, but we wouldn't spend much. So, you know, it's like, do we take a set of known problems that we have today and swap them for a set of unknown problems that we don't know what's coming? I don't know. So we go back and forth. And it is tempting when I don't know if it's still true. Does anybody know if the car market has settled down? The used car market? I think a little while back that it was beginning to settle down, but I don't know. Make an Alaska road.
Cut some trees and make an Alaska road. What's Alaska road?
I assume he means just kind of laying trees down to drive across.
Oh, that's an idea.
Speaking of, you know, if anybody knows about cars, let me know. But car prices. But if anybody, I don't know if everybody's been watching, but lumber's down a little more.
Yeah.
I need to verify, but you know, I told a story maybe 2-3 weeks ago, and I hadn't used it, and I called up Lowe's where I bought it from, and so the big thing was at the time was plywood. Plywood had dropped by half. This particular plywood that I had bought had dropped by half, and 2x4s had dropped by $1 or so. And they did allow me, but I had to do basically a return. I had to physically bring it back. I didn't actually have to put it back on the shelf, but they made me with the receipt, they did a return, and then I rebought the wood. The big one was the plywood. It was a big difference. But since then,
Rob.
and I still haven't used that wood.
It's Rob.
I checked a couple days ago. And so when I originally bought those 2x4s, so let's talk 2x4s. The 2x4s were 8 and change at the time. This was, let's say, maybe 6 weeks ago. And then when I took the plywood back, the plywood was half as much as it was when I bought it. But the 2x4s had gone down to 7 something. They'd gone down $1 or so. But now they're down in the 4s at Lowe's. So just heads up. I don't know if everybody's watching close, but yeah, our 2x4s, at least in our area, have gone from 8 something down to about 4 something. So almost about half. So anyway, this time, this is maybe 2 days ago, I called Lowe's up and I said, hey, I've got some lumber. I haven't used it. Here's what it was when I bought it. Here's what it is now. I'd like that money back. And this time, I don't know if it's just because it was a different person or if they've changed their policy or whatever, but the lady did it just in the computer right while I was on the phone. She said, this is X dollars back on your card. So they didn't make me bring it back or anything.
That is weird that they wouldn't do it and then they did it.
Yeah. I don't know if maybe they started getting a lot of people asking and they changed the policy, or whether it just matters who you get on the phone. But yeah, she refunded the amount for, it was about $3 a 2x4 and I had like 40 of them. So it's like $120 and she just put it right back on the card. So that was good. It's almost reasonable. Yeah.
Can I talk about trusses?
Oh, you can. It's not that. Okay, go ahead. Sure, go ahead. Yeah.
He might lean toward trusses again.
I mean, I'll check again for sure. 2x4s are in SoCal are $389. Wow, good for you.
Wow.
Yeah, I think ours are in the high 4s, 482, 462, something like that. Yeah. So based on the fact that we kind of put everything on hold for a little while, and again, I've accepted the whole, and I still might do it. I've accepted the kind of the beam in the middle of the house and the rafters, kind of doing it myself. I'm fine with that. But because of what's happened with lumber prices and things, I will check again on trusses. Now, obviously, with it won't change the fact that since lumber prices have gone down, doing it ourselves would be cheaper too. So, I mean, it'll still be cheaper to do the kind of the beam in the middle, but it is tempting. I'll ask for another quote from the truss people and see where things are at. But yeah, I'll check again. I haven't given up on trusses, but
I'm just thinking that
I'm okay with either method. To tell you the
truth, might be quicker and easier, even though it's a little more expensive.
I don't know if it'll be quicker or not, but
really?
Yeah. I mean, it just depends. Like, so the one company, for example, the one that we would like to go to, is it Southwest Truss? I think it is.
Yeah.
I assume they're still going to be backed up. Now, I would hope the price is down, but I assume they're still going to be backed up. So we'll see. But I'll check again. I'll check again.
I mean, it's worth a try.
But so trusses are quicker. Says Paul.
Hi, Paul.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, Paul.
So what else? Yeah, so I did some gutter work. I had to break up the video. It was getting kind of long. So I did put up some gutter. I showed a quick little preview of it dumping out, obviously, when it rained. But I haven't put up the PVC yet. I've tried over the last 2 days to paint my PVC
keeps raining.
before I put it together, but it keeps raining on me. So I got them kind of cleaned up today, ready to paint. I haven't painted them yet.
Today. It didn't rain.
It threatened several times.
It was looking like it was going to, and then thank goodness it didn't, because we don't need any more rain right now.
So yeah, I haven't done the PVC section yet, but
we're soggy enough.
But
the land is all soggy and.
I did a good bit of weeding over the last week or so. Like I said, I worked on the road a few times. I did some weeding.
It's like a jungle. Sometimes.
I did some gutter work. That's in a video that we put out yesterday. There will be a second, hopefully this coming week. Hopefully finishing that. That's about it. We're actually still filling up our RV tank from the well. Just the connection is there. Now the connection did break in one of our last storms, and I think Bill caught it on one of his videos taking a walk. But
yeah, that was
it did break, not surprising, but it wasn't on when it broke. So that's kind of the nice thing about that, is we don't have it on all the time. So when it breaks, it doesn't spew, and then the well doesn't kind of churn up the mud
Moses,
at the bottom.
for stopping by, and Polly.
Thanks, Moses and Polly. We'll see you guys. Talk to you soon. So yeah, but we're still, you know, I'm fine with putting that thing together and filling up. It was hard to count on that thing, you know, every time you turn the faucet on. If you were counting on that water connection, that's difficult. But if now you only need that water connection only every 3-4 days, which is what we've been doing pretty much, filling up our tank, I'm perfectly fine with that. Even though we are prepared now, we have everything is set up to actually transfer water from the rainwater tanks. I just figured there's not much reason to, you know, if we've got access to the well still. So we've still been using the well water, and that's working out fine. Yeah.
We have to fill it up every 3 days, and then.
Yeah, we've been running about 3 days on a tank. Yeah.
Which is 3 days, 40 gallons.
Yeah.
So we're using 40 gallons every 3 days. And I think it was Jim that put out a video that said, he showed something that said the average person uses 82 gallons of water
in a normal house.
day.
Yeah. In the normal world, right? People use a lot of water.
Oh, I think like when I know a certain person who, when he does dishes, and he uses probably 100 gallons when he's doing dishes.
I'm sure those water numbers, at least I hope those water numbers, are getting better than they used to be with all the low flow things, you know, the toilets and the dishwashers and the washers and the showers and all that stuff. I hope those numbers are getting better for the average person, but still, the average person does use and waste a lot of water, as we all know. So,
and there was somebody I saw that was when they were brushing their teeth, they're just standing there and the water's running, and I'm like, oh, my head's about to explode.
As a kid, I don't know why I did this, and I don't know why my parents never smacked me for it.
You did it?
I ran the faucet ran the whole time I brushed my teeth as a kid. I don't know why.
I don't
Adam
even
Roof,
remember.
a herd of attacked penguins. Adam Roof, where you at?
Hello, Adam Roof. Uh-oh.
Anyway, yeah, I ran the faucet the whole time I brushed my teeth. I'm not sure why. I don't know.
A herd of attacked penguins.
I probably take a 50-gallon shower every morning.
When I was younger, when I was a teenage girl, oh my gosh. I just really enjoyed my showers. And they took a long time. You know, got to shave your legs.
When we have a normal shower.
Ashford.
Ashford. When we have a normal shower, will you still turn the water off? While you're, because you know, right now we've got the little
push button
on the shower head to stop it, or at least mostly stop it.
I think I would if I had that option. Yeah,
I probably will too.
It just,
it's become a habit, and it's not necessary to have it running on you all the time. So,
Sherry. Speaking of necessary, where is Sherry?
Where's Sherry?
Where are you, Sherry?
Anyway, because I don't take short shower. I'm kind of just like everything else. I've got my routine in the shower.
The showers
and
are
Pam
annoying.
tells me to take a quick shower. Well, I only have one speed, right? I cover the bases.
There are different speeds you could use.
No, there's only one.
That really annoys me about him, because I have levels of hurrying.
Levels of filthiness. There's only one shower. It's you either shower or you do not shower.
He is weird. Like, he's just a strange being.
So yeah, I can't take a short shower.
Tim,
I just have one shower.
I don't know if Tim's there. Tim's my son. But when Tim was a little kid, Tim would say that Brian was a robot, and that his race was far superior to our feeble race.
Smartest thing he ever said.
He was so cute. He had a list. So he'd say, Brian's race is far superior. Oh my gosh. They were so cute when they were little.
They were.
They're so cute. I miss my babies. There he is.
He's back.
Brian, he was probably there the whole time.
I'll bet he was. Far superior.
Far superior.
To our feeble race.
Feeble race.
That's
What did I
is what
say?
he said. I don't know if you said.
I
didn't know if you said the whole
race.
thing. Yeah.
Oh, that was funny.
How's everybody doing out there?
In TV land. I've been doing a lot of editing.
You were doing some.
I've been helping
some painting
Brian.
too,
I did a lot of painting. I can show. Should I do it? Anybody want to see my latest painting?
What is the latest? I can't even remember.
So I don't know if I told you this.
Oh, it's the baby. It's not done yet.
I told when Jim and Jessica did a painting, and I said, well, I'm going to go back to my finger painting now because hers looks like a photograph. And I'm not saying mine is bad. I have a different style than her, but
now
Rob is getting ready.
Am I crazy? Isn't Rob in California? Wait, are you telling me you're getting ready for bed at 6 o'clock? Aren't you in California?
I get ready for bed.
We do, but we're weird. We're getting ready to go to our couch, to go to the couch, which is the bed.
The couch. We watch TV. We like to watch TV.
Paul says looks good.
Oh, thank you.
It will look good. I hate assessing Pam's work halfway through because it I don't think it looks great halfway through, but I know it will look good when she's done.
But I like to, for some reason, I have a hard time getting back to a painting. A lot of times, like, I'll let it sit for a month and then I'll go back and
she'll either do it in one day or just drag it out.
That's how I roll. I don't know why I do it.
Yeah, I have to be up at 3 a.m. for work. Oh, well, all right. All right. I'll give you that, I guess.
I'm on day shift. That doesn't sound like a day shift. That sounds like middle of the night. As opposed to night
shift. I forgot he did tell us he was on nights. I forgot about that.
You could stack the straw bales on it. Believe me, I don't think the snakes and the rats would let us move in there now. They've kind of taken over. Brian saw a snake go in, and I saw a rat run out. It was a kangaroo rat.
I know what I wanted to talk about. Just an FYI. I think I mentioned this a little bit last week, but we did extend our house permit as we expected to. But I think I mentioned it last week, and I don't know if everybody's aware of how this works, or at least my experience with how it works. I don't know if it's going to work the same for everybody or not, but oh yeah. Why is that?
I feel like there's a lot of space above our heads.
Well, it's sometimes I sit up more and sometimes I crouch down. Anyway, now my head's shaded. But so I did extend the house permit, $50 online, pretty easy, right? Except it was kind of silly that they have it set up online, which is great, and you go in and they ask you a couple of questions in an online form, right? And you answer them, and then they make you download a form and answer the questions.
You said that last week.
Attach that form, even though I wanted to say it again. Even though it has all the same information, that's really annoying. But anyway.
No way, Brian's repeating himself.
Our permit is extended, but I think I mentioned last week that I would be getting inspections on some of them because there's a permit for every structure, right? So and we planned for everything that we could potentially do. Right? A greenhouse on there. We had a shade structure over the RV that we didn't end up doing. So today I actually canceled 2 of our permits, which was the greenhouse and the RV shade, which we're not going to do those. And
we will do at least a greenhouse.
Well, yeah, but not one that will need to be permitted, I don't think. So, but I set up an inspection. I called today, and they're supposed to come tomorrow, so that's good for the carport and the shed. So we'll be getting. So next week we'll be able to talk about that. Hopefully that goes off without a hitch.
Inspection.
But the Cochise County folks will be coming tomorrow to inspect the shed and the carport.
Can you ask him beforehand? Can I videotape you?
I might do some. I guess we'll see. I don't know.
That'd be cool.
I don't know how it's going to go. For all I know, he might be here 5 minutes. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, he's a robot, so. What did I say? I'll have to.
Oh.
What did I say? Do you remember?
I don't know.
I've already forgotten what I said.
Day shift is 4:30 to 3. Usual is 1 p.m. to 9:30. Okay. Anyway, so we're getting, hopefully, inspected tomorrow. So the permit actually does run out like on the 15th or something. So So these structures need to be permitted before they run, or I'm sorry, inspected before the permit runs out. It should be kind of a no-brainer, I think, but this will be my first experience, really. So we'll let you know how that goes next week. Hopefully that goes well. But just an FYI for anybody, you know, I think we're all aware of us that are doing this opt-out permit thing, that, you know, you've got the 3 years and you can do a year extension. And it is pretty simple, I think, to do the extension, but be aware, you know, if you've got multiple permits, you may be just extending the one. If you want to extend more than one, maybe, I don't know, it might cost more. I'm not really sure, actually, but thanks, Bill and Yvonne. Hopefully it's a simple check the box kind of thing. I think it should be, but you never know.
If it's the same guy that came out that one time, then that should be fine.
We've had various people come out, and sometimes it's about assessing the property for taxes and things like that. So I don't know. I think the last time we saw them, they said the good news for us was that if a structure is on skids, as our shed is, they claimed that they did not care, that they didn't assess it for value on the property. So that's kind of nice.
The wash
is the wash passable? At the moment, it is. I mean, you never know what's going to happen, but it is right now.
I went out in the car today, and I got back with no trouble. Well, wasn't real pretty, but he'll be in a truck, I think.
That's a thing that's a little annoying for us. You know, we can, and hopefully this will get even better. One of our things in the future is, you know, obviously we've got issues, you know, with the wash crossing and erosion and things like that all the time. But we're trying to build a life here so that, you know, when we're in the house, the idea is, if things get messy, if we get a big storm and the roads get washed out or whatever, and it takes a little while for those things to kind of get fixed, the idea is, well, we can just kind of hole up here for a little while, right? We'll have enough stuff food-wise and everything that, you know, if we have to wait a week before we leave the property, no big deal. But the things you do have to think about when you live like this are, you know, things getting delivered. You know, every time I think about, you know, maybe getting a delivery from like a Lowe's or a Home Depot of building material, or this guy coming to inspect, or even just anybody coming to visit you or something, one of the first things that has to run through your head is, what is the weather doing, and will they be able to get here, right? So that's always in the back of my head.
Only for 2 months out of the year.
Yeah, though, that's true, but
or three, but, 2 or 3.
It's
months,
just
2.5.
It more affects. It doesn't necessarily affect. I mean, we can kind of wait on a lot of things. We structure our life that way, but there are some things that those kind of things can cause trouble with deliveries and things like that. So that is a little bit annoying. So yeah, I always worry when I make an appointment for anything. I just have to kind of cross my fingers. Boy, I hope a big storm doesn't blow in and that person can't get across the wash or whatever. So, but I think tomorrow will be okay. So, but yeah, it's a little annoying to have to worry about that all the time. But
oh well,
or when the weather's bad.
And this has been the worst year for rain.
Yeah, probably in a long time. Yeah.
I've been in Arizona 26 years, and I've never seen this much rain.
And I think, actually, I'm not sure what the numbers are up in Phoenix, but Phoenix isn't breaking records, is it?
It's catching up for last year. Listen,
Phoenix isn't breaking records for rainfall, is it?
I don't know.
Tucson did, but I don't know if Phoenix did.
But I think Tim told me it's been raining a lot. I got bit by some stuff outside.
Well, if there's a bug,
it's gonna find me.
You're gonna get it. Anyway, how's everybody doing? Any questions? We've got a little more gutter work to do, obviously.
Road gets too muddy to climb our road. Oh yeah.
200% of normal.
Wow.
A little more gutter work to do. After that, we'll have to make a decision on whether we want to try and do some bale work or wait a little longer. I guess the other thing, if I didn't do bale work right away, I mean, there are a couple other things I could look at. We've got an issue with the truck. It's not killing us right now, but I think we mentioned it, that the air conditioning is getting a little funny. So there's something going on in the vacuum system of the truck. And it may or may not even affect the four-wheel drive, because as I started to look into it, I saw a hose that was sort of broken. I think I might have gone into that on a previous live, but that's something I could look into. I could look into the truck. I think I need to look into our mini split. I have neglected to really, I mean, I do routine maintenance like cleaning the filters and stuff. I'm real good about that, but I haven't done like a deep cleaning on the mini split in a long time. And by the way, if anybody out there knows mini splits, feel free to chime in. What I'm noticing right now is our mini split. It does. I have a little, a little gun thermometer deal, and it does put out the air it puts out is cold. I think as cold as it should be, but I have noticed that it seems to be coming out kind of on the edges more of the mini split, and in the middle is kind of a dead zone. And I don't think that was like that before. So I'm worried that we might be maybe pretty clogged up in there. And I'll admit I haven't done like a deep cleaning. You're probably supposed to kind of take it apart, maybe once a year. So that's something I could look into, because I don't think we're getting as much out of that as we could be right now. Like I said, the air that comes out is cold, but I don't think it's putting out as much as it could be. So I should probably look at the truck a little bit. I should probably look at the mini split a little bit. So those are a couple other things we could do. I got to finish up the gutters. And if I wanted to, I could go further with our water system. I could look into the pressure tank and filters and stuff, because we do need to take that step as well. So there are some things I could do if we choose to kind of keep the house sort of on the back burner for a little bit. So,
do you think that we would keep the mini split in here? You're not going to take it. Are you going to take it out and try to fix the air conditioner?
I think I would sell the mini split with the RV.
Okay.
No one. We went a little bit cheap. It was the first one I had ever bought. We went a little cheap on that mini split. I think we could probably do a little bit. We'll probably almost certainly have a mini split in the house. And I would put a little more money into it to get a little better name and a little more efficient, and a little more capability.
Yeah, it's not
probably
the
a Mitsubishi or something. So I'm not disappointed with this mini split, but there are better options. They can be a little more efficient. I think they can be a little better on power.
It's better than what the air conditioner was in here. That
I'm very happy with it.
Very loud.
But I'll probably try and step it up a little bit for the house. So we'll just try and sell that with, and hopefully whoever wants to buy this trailer when we sell it will understand how nice that is. One is, if anybody who spends time in an RV, the noise factor is huge. I mean, it's whisper quiet, which neither the air conditioner nor the heater in a trailer generally is. The one issue that there will be with selling this with the trailer is we have the outdoor unit just kind of sitting beside the trailer. Well, obviously it's going to have to be sort of mounted maybe on a deal on the back or on something on the front, which is going to mean probably redoing the line set that goes from the inside to the outside. So I have to decide something I want to do before I sell it, or when we sell it, we tell the person who buys it that you have to kind of reconfigure or whatever so that you can travel. So that might be a little bit of a drawback, but anyway, sounds like the filter may be clogged. Yeah, I don't think the kind of the day-to-day filters, because like I said, I'm really good about cleaning those.
What about
that wheel that's in there and everything, I'm sure is probably
outside?
Pretty dirty.
Maybe it has bugs and stuff inside.
I think the outside's okay. I would guess that we've got to get to that wheel that kind of spins it. It's a kind of a big, long, vertical, horizontal wheel that spins in there, and I'll bet that thing is a mess.
Oh, boy.
So then it might actually be blocked up from but I don't know. And it could be the little coils or whatever. It could be pretty bad. I know that just our fans in here, just over. I mean, it can happen over a few weeks. Can get just totally clogged with dust and dirt. So anyway, it's kind of my own fault for letting that go so long. I probably should have done something sooner. But hopefully I can take care of it. Hopefully a good cleaning will get that thing, I think, functioning a little better. I think there's something up with it right now. I don't think it's actually malfunctioning. I think it's dirty.
We haven't been really
I hope it's that simple.
We haven't even been using it, have we?
Just a couple of days here. We've taken a little bit of a break from it, which is nice. I told you, keep us in mind when you're going to sell. By that time, we should be ready to make our permanent move to our property. We sure will.
We will.
I'm pretty open about this trailer. It is a great trailer. I mean, it's older. I mean, it's not beautiful or anything, but clearly it's been good enough for us to live in for now 3.5 years.
Well, he's seen it. Rob's seen it.
Rob's seen it. So yeah, we won't. We won't try to hide anything when we sell it. But I mean, I often wonder. Just an opinion out there from anybody. I I go back and forth on whether to kind of play up the fact that we've lived in it, because does that make it seem like, oh, well, if they've lived in it, obviously it must be good enough to live in? Or so is that a plus to somebody? Or is it, oh, they've lived in it, so it's probably...
I think it depends on the people.
I guess it depends on the person, right? So I never know whether I would play up the fact that we've lived in it or not, because I don't know whether that's a plus or a minus. But we've been very happy with it. It's a great trailer.
If you go into a trailer that is clean and it's been well taken care of, it really doesn't matter if it's been...
This thing, when we sell it, it'll probably look as good, if not better, than when we bought it. Now, it was used when we bought it, and it didn't look brand new for sure. But it won't be, I don't think, any worse, really. And it potentially could look better. But hopefully someone will appreciate the mini split. But we'll see. We're definitely going to sell it when that time comes. But we'll keep you in mind, Rob.
I hope that time comes sooner than later.
Well, we're on the clock for another year now, and there's really no going back after that. So we've got to make this happen. I guess the real question is, and I'll probably ask some of these questions tomorrow. I don't know how many of us out there that are doing this same kind of thing have already had inspections of a house, if any of us have. But I'm a little curious so I'll ask the inspection guy tomorrow. The question kind of becomes, since they don't really do a go inside and look at plumbing and electrical and all those things, right? The question becomes, well, what does it really take to have an inspection and to kind of check it off, right? I mean, if I've got walls and windows and doors and a roof, will they check it off and not really care what's going on inside? Or so when it comes to, we have a year, the question is, what's it need to look like in a year? Does it have to be done?
Well, you can ask.
So I'm going to be asking some of those questions tomorrow. Yeah, what do you guys care about at that point? Because if the inspection is as simple as they make it sound, then really the inside should be able to be empty and completely unfinished in theory. So I don't know. So, but we have to get inspected within a year. Off-grid building, AZ. We need to get our barn and solar inspected.
Hello, off-grid building, AZ.
Where are you guys located?
This may be
obviously Arizona, but where in AZ?
There are channels popping up everywhere.
Yeah. What else is going on?
I don't know. I'm seeing some clouds coming this way.
Well, today was a pretty cloudy day, but it kept the temperature down. As much as I hate to say I hate the rain, I'm not a fan of the rain in general. It's one of the reasons I lived in Phoenix for a long time. I don't love the rain. I love the sunshine. But I know we need the rain. But Sierra Vista. But it does, I will say, wow, so much cooler. We were getting just killed in June. So I do welcome, it has kept our temperatures down. It's been really nice.
I think I might know. Okay. Nothing. I think I might know nothing.
That sounds right.
That sounds right.
Anyway, I think that might be about it. Anybody want to know anything? Anybody got anything they want to share? Does anyone want to share anything with the group?
Yeah.
Anybody? Because that's kind of about all I have, I think. A little more gutter work that hopefully you'll see very soon. And hopefully that'll go well. And hopefully we'll get those tanks. Hopefully, of course, after I finish that gutter and have it go into the tanks, my guess is we won't see another drop of rain. So we'll see about that.
I told him the other day, if you put that trash can out there, the rain chance goes down a lot.
But it
came anyway.
Sure, yeah.
I was hoping, but it came. And that barrel filled up really fast.
Oh, yeah. I guess that was a trash can. It's about 31 gallons or something, and it filled up super fast.
And now we're running out of places to put the water because we
catch it off the corners of the RV, just in 5-gallon buckets, and we use it to water things at well. But when everything just got hammered, I mean, where are you going to throw that water now? So yeah, but you have to empty it out so that it can collect again. But
end of September, you better hush your mouth.
In theory, but it's always a little different, and it started early this year. I'm hoping that the worst of it will be done by the end of August.
Yeah,
but,
that's what I'm hoping. We'll see.
It's always a little different every year, but I mean, in theory, he's right that it can go through the end of September. But and then we can definitely get winter rains too. I mean, we do.
Thanks, Brian. Thanks for cheering me up, Brian.
So yeah, not that the rain will stop, but it shouldn't be as often and as powerful when we kind of transition into more winter type rains. So
I was going to say something. Oh, I got a wood burning thing. I keep wanting to. I'm going to try to I got to mess around with it. I want to mess around with it.
Oh,
starting to re-upload.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Oh,
I thought that might be them too.
That's what I thought, but I'm afraid I didn't want to say.
I was thinking the same thing.
Am I allowed to say your names? I remember.
Adam, what elevation are you? We're at 5,600. I think.
Oh wow!
I think we're about 3,750. Does that sound right, Bill? I think that's about what we're at. 3,750, something like that. Wow, you're high. What did you say? Asheville?
I don't know if. Well, I wanted to tell Off-Grid Building Arizona. There was somebody on Facebook on Jim has it's like a group on Facebook, and they were like, does anyone know where their videos went? I wanted to watch their videos and they're gone.
They were good videos. Yeah.
So you're being missed.
Well, good luck. Good luck with getting reset up.
Yeah. I know that he would probably love to watch those solar videos again.
I know you did a lot of solar. Yeah. Anyway,
well, do we want to draw it to a close?
We could bring it to a close.
What elevation are we? Did you read it?
I answered it. I read it and answered it.
I was thinking about solar. I was thinking about the solar.
We're about 3750. 3750. I asked Bill if that was right, and he said something like that because they're pretty much the same.
We're pretty much the same.
Yeah, I think 3750 is about right. 5600 is crazy high. All right, guys, it was fun. Have a good evening, everyone. All right, Bill and Yvonne, have a good night. Have a good week. Thanks for the road, Bill.
Are we saying goodbye?
Great job.
Are we just saying goodbye to Bill?
Well, we're starting to, but Bill's going. Yeah, we're starting to wind down.
We're going to wind down. Thank you.
Thumbs up, everybody. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
You guys are about 30 feet. Yeah, we're a little higher.
That's right. We're a little bit.
How has the solar worked out with all the clouds? You know, I was surprised. I was surprised at how much the solar actually pulls in on a moderately cloudy day. It actually does really well on a moderately cloudy day. Now, if it's thick stuff kind of making the sky dark, then yeah, you won't get anything. But it actually does really well in moderate clouds. It can do quite well.
Yeah.
Love that tractor. Yeah, so the solar's been doing really well. And if it really is blocked badly, then usually the temperatures are down, so you don't need it as much. So
we took a ride on the quad yesterday just to go see if I could leave because I had to go to Tucson today, and we were checking out the roads and we drove by and we could see the tractor and we saw like the roads had been done really well. So that's great.
Got that emoji.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so the solar's working great. And actually, again, I talked about all this before, but I'll just say again, for those who don't know the details of that stuff, yeah, so I'll get to that in a second, Rob. The solar. Another thing is, it's going to be obvious that in the heat of the summer, in the hot outside, the panels really do, so when you need the most energy, you're actually not getting the most. But we're kind of on the downswing now of the hottest part of the summer. And so the panels actually perform efficiency-wise. They perform really well. Even when we do have a nice sunny day, I pull in more energy now than I do in the heat. Because for a couple things, the sun's actually starting to come back down so that our angle is a little better because we have a fixed panel mount. And the less heat has the panels a little more efficient. So yeah, the solar's doing great. And for Rob, the mini split played nice with the solar. Absolutely, absolutely. Again, the solar system that we have and the mini split, all fantastic. The only problem is that
Inefficiency of the
this
RV.
is a tin box and it doesn't have a shade over it and it has a lot of leakage and things. So the problems that we have are not the fault of the solar system or the mini split itself. Those things are great.
But again, luckily it's only for a couple of months where it's the heat is really bad.
How much solar on the trailer unit? There are 6. There are 6 panels. There are 6 panels on the solar trailer right now. There are 9 more on a ground mount up the hill that we'll put together for a total of 15 eventually. But right now, just 6 panels. They're 300 watters, so 1,800 watts.
Waters.
Yeah, it's fine. Brian, next video should be the second part of the
putting up the PVC,
the gutters. Yeah, so I didn't actually show the installation of the gutters on the first one, even though I had kind of done it, or at least most of it. The gutter installation is almost done, but then the PVC run as well. So hopefully that next video can cover the rest. So that should be the next video.
He has been doing a lot of. We've had so much weeds around here, and you can't even walk.
Yeah,
in some. It's like waist high. So.
And what's funny is even since I cut them down or pulled them, I mean they're growing. Oh my gosh, the rain, obviously, but yeah, and they're loving the mulch. The mulch has made the soil so good that stuff grows like crazy. So yes, yeah, it's a jungle. There are places we literally cannot walk. So yeah, I've been doing that with any of my free time. I'm either pulling weeds or chopping weeds.
I need to get some footage of. He forgets
you should
a lot
be
of
using
times.
the manual. I have a manual weed whacker, basically just a. I don't even know what the thing's called. It's not a scythe. It's not, because that's something different, I think. But
this thing called a scraper. A scraper.
It's a
weed whacker. Manual.
It works shockingly well. We should get some video of that actually. I probably will do some more weeds tomorrow.
It's a mess though. The weed eater, he's a mess when he's done with that.
So yeah, I don't know. We've gotten a weed eater. A battery-operated weed eater. It's the DeWalt, and one of the reasons I got it is because we have some DeWalt tools and some DeWalt batteries. So it's cordless, and we have some batteries that we can use for it. It came with a battery, but we have some extra ones. But what a mess. Boy, when you use that thing for a little while, my whole lower half is just green.
I wanted to try it, but he told me, he's like, you won't like it.
You will not like it.
And then when I saw him, I was like, I don't think I'll use the manual one.
But the manual one is really nice, actually.
I pulled a bunch of weeds around.
It's like golfing.
The garden, and I have cactuses in my garden because I couldn't grow anything else in there, and it was just full of weeds. And but the cactuses have grown really nice since then.
All right, so this time for real, we're gonna call it.
Okay.
So I think we're done.
Unless somebody else has a question.
Thanks everybody for coming on. Thanks everybody for chatting.
Whenever we say goodbye, that's when all the questions come.
Yeah, that seems to happen every time. As soon as we say goodbye, something pops up.
Oh wait, hey, if anybody knows, like, or you know that little light thing that you attach? I told Brian we should get one of those little light things that it'll shine on us, and he said this light works, and I said that light is crappy. I don't like that light.
We're not getting a light.
Maybe Kenna will let us buy hers. If she doesn't use it, I don't know. Uh-oh, did I just slice you?
Bye, Tom.
My thumb.
All right, everybody. We're going to call it.
Thanks, y'all.
So look forward to a second gutter video. Wish me luck. Hopefully everything will go all right, getting that into the tanks. And then that'll be something we can check off the list. All right. We'll talk to y'all in a week.
Adam.
See you next time.
Rob,
stay safe, everybody.
Trina. Oh, wait. Trina just got here.
There's a new name.
Trina is on my video. So
awesome.
I call my SP.
A halo light.
A halo light. That's it.
We don't need one.
Well, everybody have a great night.
All right, y'all.
Thank you again.
Thanks again. We'll talk to you next time.
Next time.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.